everybody. Hello from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. I hope everyone can hear me. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn a little bit more about Mount St. Vincent University. My name is Ashley Jane. A lot of my students and a lot of my friends call me AJ, so you can call me that too. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about Mount St. Vincent University, the beautiful city of Halifax, where the university is located, and of course, some of the wonderful programs that we offer. I'm going to give you about a 30-minute presentation with a lot of information. And during that time, if you have any questions on the sidebar, please type out your questions. And at the end of my presentation, I will be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and tell you a little bit more about the Mount. Okay, welcome to Mount St. Vincent University. Before I begin my presentation and give you all the wonderful information, I'm going to show you a quick video, and I hope it works.
Ashley, we cannot hear it. You need to take off your headphones.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see, it's a most beautiful campus, and it is located in the beautiful city of Halifax, and right by the Mount St. Vincent University campus. It's located next to the Bedford Basin, which is a bay off of the Atlantic Ocean. So from every point on our campus, you can see beautiful views of the water. Some very quick information regarding the university. We are a smaller university in Canada. We have about 4,000 students that study with us at the undergraduate, the master's, and the PhD level from 77 different countries. One of the things that we are very proud of is that we have small class sizes, on average about 23 students per class, and we're also able to offer work experiences in all of our bachelor degree programs. So whether you're doing an arts degree in history or you're doing a business degree with us in marketing, you're able to access our work experience programs. Okay, so where is Halifax? Okay, probably many people haven't heard of this beautiful city before, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more. So as you can see on the map, Halifax is located on the east coast of Canada in the province of Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia is a peninsula, which is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean on the east. So in terms of travel hours, if you were in New York or in Toronto, it will take 2 hours by flight to get to Halifax. If you were in Vancouver on the west coast of Canada, it will take you about 6 hours to fly to Halifax. So that is the proximity of where we are. We're very near to places like Boston and also Montreal, which is about only 1 hour flight time. From Halifax, if you wanted to go to Europe, for example, in the city of London, it would take about 6 to 7 hours to fly there as well. So we are on the super east coast of Canada. Okay, so what's Halifax like? I'm going to give you an idea of what this city is like. Halifax is the capital city of Nova Scotia. It is also the largest city in Atlantic Canada. So Atlantic Canada is consisting of 4 provinces. And so Halifax is the largest city in the Atlantic. We have a population of almost 500,000 people. And we are also known as Canada's smart city. Why? Because within 10 minutes drive of anywhere in Halifax from Mount St. Vincent University, you will end up at 5 to 6 other universities in the city. So it is a student town, and lots and lots of students congregate and come to Halifax every year to study from all over the world and all over Canada. Halifax is also recently known as one of Canada's fastest growing cities. This was a new statistic that came out this year, and we are growing so much that our developers, our building developers and our land developers can't build buildings fast enough to accommodate the huge influx of people coming to live and call Halifax their home. So it is rapidly growing. It is a young city full of really impressive and smart people, but it is also a very safe and welcoming place. Because it is on a smaller scale in terms of population as compared to the rest of Canada, there is still a sense of community amongst all of our neighbors here that live in Halifax, okay, because it's a smaller city. So everyone sort of knows each other. Okay, so in terms of location for Mount St. Vincent University, we are only a 7-minute drive from downtown. We are a large campus consisting of 40 acres, and it's all connected. And that's really important, especially to our students who maybe are not very experienced with the winters of Canada. All of our buildings are connected, so you can go from your residence to your classroom to the dining hall or the library being inside. So that's a really important advantage. We also have 3 residences for our students to choose from, and all international students are guaranteed a space in our dormitory, so you don't have to worry. Our dormitories also come with meal plans, and they are all single rooms, which is really great, especially if you want to have your own space. All of our students are able to have their own space in residence, and you don't have to share with any other students. We also have some really great varsity athletics. So I'm not going to get into this too much, but if you think that you are an amazing basketball player, or you're a champion volleyball player, or you love to play football, soccer, in Canadian words, soccer, just send me a note, and then we can talk about how we can get you on one of our awesome varsity sports teams. Okay, so what is the makeup of our international student population here at MSVU? About 18% of our 4,000 students are from outside of Canada. And as you can see on the list, those would be representative of our largest groups of international students. So students from the Bahamas and the Caribbean, India and China, countries in West Africa. So for example, Nigeria, Ghana, and of course, Bermuda as well, which is a smaller country south of Halifax. And we have a very long-standing history with this country, dating back to our own history as a university here in Canada. And we have more than 30,000 alumni from all over the world. So Mount St. Vincent University is a rather old university. We were established in 1873, and we were actually the first university that enrolled women in all of British Commonwealth. So at a time where women couldn't go to school or they couldn't vote in the elections, we were one of those pioneering universities to allow women to get an education. So that is our very proud history. Okay, let's talk about programs. So I'm going to give you a basic rundown, what you can see on the screen. This is a list of our undergraduate degrees. All of our bachelor degree programs are 4 years long, and they are categorized or divided into 3 different categories. So we have the Bachelor of Arts degree programs with many different majors underneath. So for example, history, mathematics, political studies, psychology. And then we have our Bachelor of Science category, which we only focus on the general sciences. So we have bio, chemistry, mathematics, psychology. And then, of course, we have our professional studies degree programs. And professional studies just really means that you get the education that you need in the classroom, but also you can apply that education and that knowledge in the real working world. So there is always a work and study component to our degree programs at the professional studies level. So I'm going to give you a rundown of some of our more unique programs. And of course, most of our international students would gravitate or would be more attracted to our professional studies programs. So for example, child and youth study. If you are interested in working with kids and children, or you're interested in working with support programs that help our underprivileged teenagers, this will be a great program for you. It helps by giving you an understanding of psychological development of younger people. And it also gives you an understanding of policy and how our governments implement different policies to help our kids and our teenagers. There is a mandatory work internship as part of this program. And then we have our business administration degree program. We have 7 different majors that you can choose from if you're interested in accounting or international. And you can read them, all the majors there: marketing, management, and human resources. All business administration has a work and co-op component to it as well, but that is up to you. You can decide whether you want to do the work option or not. And then there's public relations. I actually took this program many years ago when I came to Halifax to study at Mount St. Vincent University. And public relations is really special to MSVU. We are the first university in Canada to establish this industry and this program in Canada as a 4-year degree. So we were the first to offer it. We are also the only university that offers the Masters of Public Relations. And there is a mandatory co-op or a mandatory work internship as part of this program as well. Then we have our Applied Human Nutrition program. So in nutrition, we are one of 16 universities that are designated to educate registered dietitians. So if you love biology and chemistry and you want to understand, the science behind food, and production of food or pharmaceuticals and drugs, Applied Human Nutrition will be a good program for you because we not only provide you with all of the education, scientific knowledge that you need, but also there is a mandatory work internship as part of that as well. And then finally, our tourism and hospitality management program. We're very proud of this program as well. 90% of our graduates are able to get a job right after they graduate. That's because there is also a mandatory work internship component to that as well. And we are probably the first university in Canada to establish the co-op portion to tourism. And our professors are excellent. They are all connected to the industry. And so they have a lot of firsthand knowledge, but also a lot of work connections for our future students as well. Moving on to our master's programs. Okay, I know you can see that there are two categories. One, the Bachelor of Education, and two, our graduate studies. So the Bachelor of Education is not exactly a bachelor. It is actually at the master's level. Students can only enter into this program after they have completed a 4-year degree program. So if you are interested in becoming a school teacher at the elementary level, primary or secondary level at high school, this would be the master's program for you. And then, of course, our graduate studies, they are a smaller list, but they are focused in our more unique programs that I've already talked to you about: nutrition, child and youth, communications, and so on and so forth. On the right, you will see that we have a Master's of Education program as well, with 7 different majors for you to choose from. Okay, so these are a small collection of our master's degrees. We are primarily an undergraduate degree granting university, and so a lot of our programs are more offered at the bachelor degree level. I think one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that we also have diplomas. Not many, but we do have 2 diplomas. One is a diploma in business. It's a 2-year program for business. And then the other one is a diploma in tourism, which is a 2-year program in tourism and hospitality management. Also comes with the mandatory work option as well. Okay, I'm going to very quickly talk about admission requirements. I don't know what education levels that you have right now. I know that there's probably many of you who have different levels of education, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but basically for high school students, we always look at 5 of your grade 12 subjects with an overall average of 70%. For our transfer students, and transfer means that you have already finished university or you have started university or college, and you want to transfer to Mount St. Vincent University, we require an overall GPA of 2. 2.0 is about 70%. And if you are a master's student, every one of our programs have different requirements. Okay, so if you have a specific question about an admission requirement for a specific program, just let me know. But the overall GPA that we require is a 3.0, which is equivalent to 80%. For language requirements at the bachelor degree level, diploma or a certificate, we require an IELTS of 6.5. If you are a master's degree student, we require an IELTS of 7. We also offer EAP programs if you do not meet our language requirements, and we can talk about that a little bit later on. Okay, scholarships. There are many scholarships that are available to all of our students. The ones that I am focusing here are for students who are currently or will be graduating from high school or secondary school. We usually automatically guarantee, if you have an 80% average or higher, you are guaranteed an entrance scholarship. So an entrance scholarship is partial, it's not full. It's between 2,800 Canadian dollars and 32,000 Canadian dollars, and it will be given to you over 4 years. The scholarship program for this year, 2020, has already closed. However, there's still an opportunity for students, if they still want to come for this year, that they can apply for in-class scholarships after they enroll at Mount St. Vincent University. Or if you're only graduating from high school next year, you are definitely able to apply for one of our scholarship programs. If you don't want to apply for a scholarship program, or if you feel you might not be eligible for a scholarship, we also have bursaries. And this is given out to students every semester and is based on your financial need. There is an application forms that you have to complete, and then it will be assessed, and somebody who assesses it will also determine how much money you can get from our bursary program. Another thing that's really great about Mount St. Vincent University scholarships too is that we also do offer some full scholarships. So for example, the presidential scholarship we offer to really amazing rock star students that have high averages and also show leadership and lots of extracurricular activities. And you could be eligible to get a full scholarship if you're a high school student that meets all of our criteria. Okay, so what is the tuition fees like for Mount St. Vincent University? I can tell you that we are probably the most affordable university in the province of Nova Scotia. For 1 year, an international student will pay between 15 and 16,000 Canadian dollars. And one of the reasons why we are pricing our education at a more affordable rate is because our university is very financially balanced. So, you know, we don't have any debt, and so we don't have to charge a lot of tuition amounts for our students. If you're a master's student, your whole program would be about 18,000 Canadian dollars. If you're thinking of coming and living in our residences, with the meal included for 1 whole year, it would be between $9,000 and $10,000. And of course, all of our students are mandated to buy international health insurance because Canadians' the healthcare system in Canada is offset by Canadians paying taxes. So for international peoples who are not Canadian, they will have to pay way more. So this helps to protect you in case of an emergency. In Halifax as well, we have a UPass. And a UPass is a program between all the universities in Halifax. And basically you pay a very, very small fee for 1 year, and you get to use public transportation for that entire academic season. So I believe the price is only $165, and you can use the bus system or the ferry system to get from one side of Halifax to the other city for only $165 for those 8 months. So it's a really affordable program. And then last but not least, at Mount St. Vincent University, we have a sibling discount. So some of you might have questions about that. Feel free to type in your questions on the question panel, and I'd be happy to answer your, to clarify the information. But our sibling discount applies to students who are registered at Mount St. Vincent University and their brother or sister decides that they also want to study at Mount St. Vincent University. And how it works is that the first brother or sister pays the full price, and then the second brother or sister, or even the third or the fourth brother or sister only has to pay half for their tuition. So this is a really great discount program because we understand that parents work really hard to send their children overseas for a really good education. And so we don't want to financially burden one family. And so that's why we have this really great sibling discount program. Okay, so application, super simple. 3 steps. You apply online, you pay a $40 application fee, and then you submit your documents to me. Very easy. Your transcripts, and then of course your language. So all those 3 things, and our application process is simple enough. And if you have questions about that, let me know as well. And then finally, to cap off, here is my information. Please, I hope you write it down or take a screenshot or take a picture. I really encourage you to reach out to me if you feel that you don't want to ask me any questions today and you might have questions tomorrow. Please send me an email or you can give me a call at my phone. We're also really recommending our students to follow us on Instagram at new2msvu. If you go on Instagram and you type in new to MSVU, you'll come to an account that I manage as well, and along with all of my other colleagues, and we are on Instagram maybe 2 to 3 times a week, posting questions, asking polls, doing live Insta stories. So if you want to stay connected to us, you can go to our Instagram account, or if you want to look at our campus, we have a really cool virtual tour on YouTube. If you go onto youtube.com/themountvideo, you'll see videos, film, pictures of campus, and we'll take you through our campus with a guide to show you what it's like to live there and also what buildings and facilities and services that we offer. So thank you. That is the end of my presentation. I'm going to go back to Hi, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to, I know I talked a lot and I can't hear you, so I'm assuming that you got some really great information from me. I'm just going to go to the questions now. Okay, I'm sorry if I cannot pronounce your name properly, but I have a question here from Rabis 4 minutes ago. $15,000 to $16,000 for each year, or all program. Yes, for each year. So if you are taking a bachelor degree program, it is 4 years long. Or if you are taking a diploma program, it is 2 years long. So each year would be $15,000 to $16,000. And usually students take 10 classes per year. At Mount St. Vincent University, we charge students tuition by the number of courses that they register for. So if you register for 1, it would be 1,600. 2, it goes on and on, 3,200. So it would be for 1 year. Okay, next question. Okay, I have a question here from Inez. Do we need to have a GPA above 3? Okay, so if you are a master's student that want to enroll at Mount St. Vincent University, you should have a minimum of a GPA of 3, which is about 80%. So yes, if you want to enroll or apply for one of our master's programs, GPA has to be 3 or above. Okay, third question here is from Dennis or Denise. Denise asks, what is the cost of undergraduate and postgraduate? Okay, so for our undergraduate programs, tuition is between $15,000 and $16,000 per year. And for our postgrad, which is our master's program, it is about $17,000, $18,000 per year. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Last question I can see here is from Essay or Ace or Issei. I'm so sorry. Do you have any language or linguistics related graduate programs? Unfortunately, No, I do not have any linguistics related master's programs. The only one that I could see that would be relatable would be the Masters of Arts in Communications, but that does not pertain to linguistics at all. It is understanding the policies, but also theory and philosophical understanding of communications. But no, unfortunately, I do not have any linguistics master's programs. Next question is from Hilal. Hi, I'm interested in the Masters of Arts in Women and Gender Studies. I will get my bachelor's degree from American Culture and Literature this year. Can I apply with this degree? Actually, yes, you can. Our Masters of Arts in Women and Gender Studies is one of the only master's programs that do not require you to have a bachelor's degree in the same industry. So as long as you meet our other requirements, yes, you are absolutely eligible to apply for Women and Gender Studies at the master's level with your American Culture and Literature degree. If you want, I would encourage you to please send me an email, or I guess I could email you as well with the list of admission requirements, but also how to apply. Thank you for those questions. Does anybody else have any other questions? Oh, another question from Zainab. Do we have the opportunity to work and have classes at the same time? Yes, absolutely. With a Canadian study permit, you are allowed to work part-time while you are studying. Your first priority is always going to be your studies, so you must be a full-time student, but you are allowed to work part-time during your during the academic year. So you're only allowed to work a maximum of 20 hours per week. So part-time. During the summertime, if you have no classes, the Canadian government will allow you to work up to 40 hours per week, so full-time. I hope that answers your question. Awesome. Excellent. Do we have any other questions on the line? I'm happy to help. Do we have any questions about the city of Halifax or? Okay, we have a question here from, I'm so sorry, I hope I am not, we have a question from Eberk. I'm so sorry. What is the chance to get a scholarship for an 84% average transcript? There are many factors, so it depends. Are you a university student? Are you a college student? Or are you still in high school? If you are still in high school and your transcript is at 84% average, absolutely, you will be guaranteed a scholarship if you apply for next year. As I mentioned in my presentation, unfortunately, our scholarship programs are closed for 2020 for this year. But if you are still in high school and you are graduating next year and your average right now is about an 84%, you are definitely eligible for a scholarship. If you are not a high school student, you are currently in college or university, you are eligible to apply for scholarships only when you come to Mount St. Vincent University. This program is called the In-Class Scholarship, and it's only eligible to students who are already registered in classes at Mount St. Vincent University. I hope that answers your question. Do we have any more questions on the line?
Ashley, on the chat box, there are 2 questions.
Oh, in the chat box. I'm so sorry. Okay. I have a question here from Amir. I would like to know if I can attend a college even if I have a Master's of Science degree. Well, it really depends. Yes, absolutely. Just because you already have a master's degree and you want to come back to university, yes, you can. It depends on your program of interest. It depends on what you are hoping to study, but there are no restrictions to students of a certain age, and there are no restrictions to students who already have many years of education. Second question in the chat box I can see is from Hilmi. After diploma program, how long can we look for a job? What is employment rate after business diploma? Thank you. Okay, a very popular question. I get this all the time from many students from all over the world. Can I get a job after I graduate, whether it's a degree or a master's diploma? It's always a popular question. And in Canada, here's how I answer these questions. It depends on you, the student. In Canada, if you are looking for a job here, especially on the east side of Canada, there are many things that you have to do in order to ensure that you can get employment after you graduate. So the moment that you arrive in Canada and the moment that you begin your studies with us at Mount St. Vincent University, you have to ensure that you are doing everything you can to build your own personal work resume and portfolio. For example, the students who are most likely to get a job after they graduate are students who volunteer, are students who take up leadership roles within student groups on campus. They are students who go to networking sessions that are organized by both internal organizations on campus, but also outside in the community of Halifax. Are you taking an opportunity to do an internship? So this is all the things that you need. You need to build your portfolio while you are a student so that you can secure employment after you graduate, because everyone is going to graduate with a similar degree. And yes, grades might be different. Some might be higher, some might be lower. But at the end of the day, Canadian employers want to know, are you a well-rounded student? What have you done throughout your university career? Why should I hire you over someone else that has way more experience than you do? So that is my long answer to that question. Okay, going back to the questions. Okay, are you looking? One second, I'm so sorry. Okay, we have another question, or we have a question here from Zainab, I believe. Are you looking at the grades we received in our entire high school life, or the grades we received in the last 2 years? Okay, so the most important that we assess for high school students will be usually only in the last year of high school. However, if you are still in high school and you haven't graduated yet and you have no grades, we will obviously look at the year before. So the last 2 years are the most important. We will base your admission on the last 2 years. Thank you, Zainab. That was a great question. Dennis asks, any Turkish students? How many? We don't have that many Turkish students. I don't know if you see that as a good thing or not, but we only have about 5, less than 10 Turkish students that study here at Mount St. Vincent University. Okay, and the next question I can see, is there a list of colleges that have an articulation agreement with Mount St. Vincent University? It depends. We do have a list of colleges that have articulation articulation agreements with us, mostly a list of Canadian universities and colleges. If you are looking for a specific college, let me know, because I work with our partners abroad, mostly as well. And so I know all of the articulation agreements that we have with Mount St. Vincent. So if you are looking at a particular college or university, please let me know. And I can definitely confirm with you. Okay, we have one new question from Zainab. How important are the documents we have accumulated in high school years in our application? There is only one important document that we need to assess you for admission, and that is your transcript from your high school. We don't need to see your graduation certificate. We need to know that you have graduated, but we don't need your certificates. The most important document is your transcript. Now, if you are a high school student and you wish to apply for one of our amazing scholarship programs, then other documents are important as well. For example, letters, recommendation letters from your references, your own letter of intention, why you're applying for scholarships. But if you are asking for a basic application, the most important document we need is a high school transcript. Thank you, Zainab. You have many great questions. Do we have any more on the line? Awesome. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming online today. Oh, I think there is a new question. Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you. I wish I could see you, but maybe perhaps next time. I would really encourage you to please email me. I hope you were able to take down my information below, and I really hope to get in touch with you. And if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to connect with me. This was awesome. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. Okay, I'm going to take one last question. Do you have a PhD program in sports sciences? Unfortunately, no. GISM, I do not have any PhD programs within the sports sciences. I only have an education PhD. You guys can find more information online at msvu.ca, or please connect with me by email. Or if you want, and if you want to check out Student Life, please follow us on Instagram at new2msvu. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a great afternoon, and be well, stay safe, keep healthy, and stay in touch.